Good morning, everyone. I'm Hagan Stone, your 2020 Tennessee Realtors President, and I'd like to welcome you to our 2020 Fall Convention. We are so glad you're here with us today, and we had hoped to be in Savannah with our Region 4 brethren during this time, but we have had to move forward virtually due to COVID, and we are excited to present to you a very specialized and specially tailored Tennessee Realtors Virtual Convention experience. Over the next 3 days, we have a lot going on. We have so many great content offerings for you all, from continuing education, outstanding guest speakers, statewide awards, new officer installations, and a special video presentation or two along the way. Again, we want to thank you for joining us. And now, to officially kick us off, I would like to introduce Karen Randolph of the Northeast Tennessee Association of Realtors to lead us in our invocation and our pledge. Karen, thank you for being with us. Thank you, Karen. Thanks so much for that. COVID-19 has affected us all professionally and both personally, and maybe both at the same time. And as challenging as the virus has been, it's been heartening to see how much our members have been doing in their communities over the past few months. The realtor family in Tennessee has really stepped up and shown themselves and shown who they are in many, many instances. Please watch this short video that shows you some of that we've seen across the state during these past 6 or 7 months.
Tennessee Realtors care about our communities. It is in our nature to help. As the coronavirus pandemic and lockdowns began taking a toll, our members and volunteer leaders at local realtor associations reached out to serve their fellow Tennesseans. With the help of grant funds provided by the Issues Mobilization Program, we set out to make a positive, life-changing difference in our communities. From supporting frontline healthcare workers, to providing meals for neighbors struggling to make ends meet, to delivering much-needed school supplies for children, our members showed up big. We put $37,000 in funds into action in every corner of the volunteer state. Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia Association of Realtors, $2,000 for Kroger gift cards distributed to residents in need. Central West Tennessee Association of Realtors, $2,000 for care packages to support schools in 10 counties and 4 cities. Clarksville Association of Realtors, $2,000 for food and supplies for students in need via Fuel for Kids. Eastern Middle Tennessee Association of Realtors, $2,000 for food and critical items for Lebanon and Wilson County schools. Greater Chattanooga Realtors, $2,000 for food boxes for residents in zip code 37407 heavily affected by COVID-19. Greater Nashville Realtors, $2,000 for emergency funds supporting lower-income homeowners through Habitat for Humanity of Greater Nashville. Great Smoky Mountains Association of Realtors, $2,000 for food and needed items via Smoky Mountain Area Rescue Ministries. Knoxville Area Association of Realtors, $1,000 for food and care packages to the Love Kitchen, which provides meals, clothing, and emergency food kits to homebound, homeless, and unemployed people. Lakeway Area Association of Realtors, $2,000 for emergency food boxes for Second Harvest Food Bank, which serves 18 counties and 142,000 people monthly. Memphis Area Association of Realtors, $2,000 for students of Shelby County Schools via the YMCA of Memphis and the Mid-South. Middle Tennessee Association of Realtors, $2,000 to support family child counseling and other needs at the Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Center. Northeast Tennessee Association of Realtors, $2,000 to provide non-perishable food items for Second Harvest Food Bank of Northeast Tennessee. River Counties Association of Realtors, $2,000 for meal packages for children on school lunch meal plan programs via the Caring Place. Robertson County Association of Realtors, $2,000 to provide beef, pork, and milk for families through ZK Ranch, Bernard Family Farms, and Groves Dairy Farm. Southern Middle Tennessee Association of Realtors, $2,000 for items to support victims of domestic violence via Center for Hope and The Shelter. Sumner Realtors, $2,000 for 350 boxes, providing 7,200 meals for families via Sumner County Food Bank. Tennessee Valley Association of Realtors, $2,000 to support frontline police and fire departments in Henry, Benton, and Carroll counties. Williamson County Association of Realtors, $2,000 to provide masks in support of Graceworks Ministries, offsetting funding lost by the closure of local thrift stores. Upper Cumberland Association of Realtors, $2,000 for box lunches to frontline health workers at Signature, Bethesda, and NHC nursing rehab centers. Every day, in every nook and corner of Tennessee, our more than 30,000 Realtor members help people achieve the American dream of homeownership. We love to help families and communities grow stronger. And when a crisis hits, our true colors shine even more brightly. We step in. We find ways to help, to give, to care. We appreciate all of our Realtors, volunteers, and staff members who are making a positive difference in these unprecedented times. This is what we do, because that's who we are.
Well, as you can see by that video, our Realtor members have been working hard across the state in the communities where they live and work to a high degree, and we're very proud of that. Now, as we continue our program, it's my privilege to introduce our first guest speaker for the convention. Vince Malta is the 2020 president of NAR. Vince is from San Francisco. He's a third-generation realtor and CEO and broker of Malta & Company. He's been in the real estate business for 43 years and has served the industry in countless roles. On the national level, Vince has testified before Congress more than one time, actually multiple times, on behalf of NAR, championing our issues. Some of those issues have been mortgage loan limits, insurance reform, and housing policy. He has served on the NAR Board of Directors since 2002 and was a 2010 and 2011 Vice President of Governmental Affairs. He's a graduate of the University of San Francisco and a University of San Francisco law graduate as well. Here to provide us with an update from the National Association of Realtors, our friend, Vince Malta. Welcome, Vince.
Thank you, Hagan. Great to be here with my volunteer state friends today, even though it's through a screen. Your state's nickname could not have been more apt for the reflection of the accomplishments that you've done this year. Despite the uncertainty you faced in 2020, despite the challenges to your business and industry, despite your concerns with your own families and friends, you stepped up to help Tennesseans in every part of the state with your issues mobilization program. So on behalf of NAR's leadership team, I can't tell you how moved we are by your public service. This is why we should all be proud to be Realtors. Thank you. If 2020 has taught us anything, it's that with resiliency, adaptability, and collaboration and working together, we can accomplish anything. And I'd like to take a moment to offer a special thank you to, of course, your president, Hagen Stone. Hagen, incredible job. Enjoy working with you at NAR as well and all you do there. Your president-elect, Alex Bynum. So if we don't fix everything this year, Alex, go at it, okay? Your immediate past president, Kathy Tucker. Those were the good old days, Kathy. And Treasurer Regina Hubbard. Your first vice president, Travis Close. And your CEO, who works for your success each and every day with a great Tennessee staff, Angela Shields. Thank you all for your commitment and service. We should all be proud to see members and associations working together at their finest this year. And I want to give a quick shout out to a few Tennessee members who are so helpful at the national level. Brian Copeland, who keeps me straight on all my social media stuff. Bob Turner, if I want to know anything commercial. Bob, of course. And then, of course, someone who's a past treasurer or president of NAR who's been through a lot this year. And I'm glad to hear he's recovering so well and who does so much for everyone in our nation through our Realtor Relief Fund. And that's Martin Edwards. Martin, hope you're doing well this morning. So thank you all for your continued leadership. You know, realtors are all leading in our communities through the COVID-19 pandemic, and people are taking notice. When surveyed earlier this summer, about half of buyers and sellers said that during the pandemic, relying on a real estate professional when searching for or selling a home is much more important than ever before. So please continue to lead by example, build trust with buyers and sellers by following appropriate COVID-19 safety precautions, and communicate how you're going to do that. And so thank you for everything you're doing to serve your clients safely and effectively. And because of your conscientious efforts, the housing market is on a strong upward trajectory. NAR announced that total existing home sales jumped nearly 2.4% from July to August. And sales, can you believe this? Imagine where we were back in March and April. Sales are up 10.5% from a year ago. Our chief economist, Lawrence Yun, anticipates further gains in sales for the remainder of the year if job recoveries continue, and of course, with mortgage interest rates hovering around 3%. Unbelievable. Existing home prices also rose in every region of the US last month, driven by, you guessed it, low inventory. That's what I hear about all over the country. Prices climbed 11.4% in August compared to a year ago. So they're at a national median of more than $310,000. People are putting really value on their homes. They've realized how important it is. Contract signings were up 9% between July and August and 24% higher than a year ago. So in conclusion with that, with real estate making up nearly 1/5 of the US economy, these sales trends are promising news for not only realtors, but for our whole country. And while you're looking out for your clients and your businesses, NAR is looking out for you in Washington, D.C. And for the second year in a row, we've secured a full fiscal year extension of the National Flood Insurance Program, which will go through September 30th, 2021. The extension is part of a stopgap bill signed last week to fund the federal government through December the 11th. But understand, we continue to work towards a comprehensive national flood insurance program, but it is difficult to get anything through a very contentious Congress right now. So we were very fortunate to get a full year rather than just 3 months down the line. So that was really great. And last week, the continuing resolution also included a full year extension of the surface transportation funding, which is big news for commercial members who are eagerly looking forward to a post-coronavirus market. So COVID-19 legislation, let's talk a little bit about that. Well, we secured major wins for independent contractors and those on commission-based income. They were eligible for SBA loans, unemployment assistance, and paid sick and family leave. This was the first time ever that we were eligible for those stimulus funds. We also stood up for consumers, supporting mortgage forbearance measures that allow borrowers of government-backed mortgages to request up to 360 days of payment forbearance. And if any of you were around in the markets of 2009, 10, and 11, we know how important it is to keep people in their home. So we're also advocating for additional relief legislation, and that kind of remains uncertain until after the election. Looks like we are a little bit of a stalemate, but we're still working through this. In the meantime, we met with the White House in September to address the need for additional fund for rental and unemployment assistance after the administration issued an executive order to halt evictions through the end of this year. During the meeting, we shared stories about how more than 40% of mom and pop property owners around the country are struggling to pay their mortgages without rental income. They face default, which puts the entire housing sector at risk. The eviction moratorium may help renters stay in their houses for now, but it won't help them cover months of unpaid rent after the moratorium expires. It just simply kicks the can down the road. So in the absence of congressional action, the administration is working to prioritize funds for more relief and will consider a rental assistance program as part of that effort. Some of NAR's other advocacy priorities include a nation remote online notarization law, so online closings can take place in all 50 states. Very important to keep things moving. Liability protections for businesses that reopen following federal and state guidelines. Reforms and continued deadline relief for 1031 like-kind exchanges and opportunity zone programs. And NAR supports the bipartisan American Dream Down Payment Act, helping first-time home buyers. Another major focus of our advocacy efforts is addressing equality and affordability in housing. And earlier this year, NAR leadership adopted a Fair Housing Action Plan called ACT, or ACT, which stands for Accountability, Culture Change, and Training. And it provides fair housing enforcement and education recommendations for states so that they can strengthen their state licensure laws, develop self-testing programs for brokerages, and creates a fair housing training platform with interactive scenarios that allows users to step into the shoes of both clients and agents, and a 3-hour implicit bias classroom training video. The ACT plan provides a framework for our efforts, but NAR is committed to do even more. We are spreading our message through our That's Who We Are ad campaign. We're extending it to focus on realtors' commitment to fair housing. And you could use those ads and incorporate them in your own marketing materials by using the Photify app at photify.com/NAR. So use those assets for marketing. And let me say, in relation to fair housing, change starts with each and every one of us. We have a number of ways that you can join and do this. Look at our implicit bias video online. It's 45 minutes long. I got a lot out of that. And most importantly, at your state and your local associations, let's continue to listen and learn and create a safe environment within the realtor family to have these discussions. And you're going to see some actions come out of pro standards at the national level that will look into discriminatory speech and how people are using some of that in social media and how we need to up our game in relation to that. So you've probably heard that there's an election coming up, just 22 days away to be exact. Now, I'm not sure if Tennessee is a swing state, but boy, I feel sorry for those people in those swing states with all those ads. But it's just a reminder that there's a lot at stake for realtors. That makes our advocacy work and our collective voice more important than ever. And years of investment, as you've seen, in relation building have helped us secure the protections our members needed to weather this storm, as you've seen this year. With our continued RPAC contributions, we can keep fighting to protect homeowners, support the real estate industry, and keep driving the economy forward. So as Election Day nears, our message to realtors remains the same. Vote, act, and invest. In the last presidential election, 74% of our members voted. 74%. Why isn't that number 100%? And that's what we've got to do to make it this year to 100. NAR's created resources for you to encourage voting. So if your local association or your state, go to our toolkit. It can be found at realtorparty.realtor. And don't forget to use our hashtag RealtorsVote. And before I close this morning, I want to remind you of a few things, that NAR is here to serve you any way we can. When this thing hit, we knew if there was any time that you ever needed your association, this was now. And so we rolled out a program called Right Tools Right Now. And NAR's made more than $21 million worth of business critical tools and educational resources available to members for free or at a significant discount. We've also negotiated a significantly reduced rate for members and their families who want to enroll in our members' telehealth plan. So if your insurance program doesn't have it now, you can get help and advice with a physician 24/7 by using your mobile device. And that could be found at our Right Tools Right Now website as well. So please utilize these programs. We're here to help. And I hope to see you virtually. That is at our NAR's 2020 Annual Conference and Expo, which runs from November 2nd to the 18th. Registration's open at conference.realtor. So for $199, you'll get access to dozens of educational sessions, which can be streamed for 30 days after the events, as well as governance activities, networking, and expo events. So hope to see many of you online as we retool for 2021. So 2020 will be remembered for many things. For me, it's the incredible resiliency that you all have displayed this year. We haven't just had to adapt how we do business. We're supporting our clients during a time of great stress while caring for ourselves and our families. And we're leading the way on policies that build safe, inclusive communities. And we're continuing to help families fulfill their dream of homeownership. So we're confident that realtors will lead the country through this recovery to a more prosperous future. And we look forward to a day, sometime soon, I hope, when we can gather in person to recognize just how much we've achieved this year. Until then, I ask that you be well, stay safe, and thank you. And with that, Hagen, I hand it back over to you.
I will say, and I've said this on about 100 Zooms since March, I've never seen the National Association of Realtors move so quickly on so many fronts in such a little time. That is a huge shout out to our leadership team, which Vince is leading this year. And Vince, we thank you for that. And our staff team there at NAR. I've been on so many Zooms. They're working from home and just getting so much done for us. And we've seen the value from that, especially from the CARES Act on down. So we're really pleased with that. One thing I would add is we have a lot of President's Circle members in our state, which is a great shout out to all of you who are major investors at the President's Circle level. That convention or that conference has been moved to April, away from February, in hopes of being there in person. I guess, Vince, you all made that decision, and we're looking forward to hopefully being in Hawaii together as early as April, if the clouds and stars align.
We're hoping. That's why we moved it. So yes, hope to see a lot of you in Hawaii. Believe me, I do.
All right. I'm going to just see if anybody has any questions they may want to submit in the chat. We have a couple of minutes here. If anybody has a couple of one or two questions they might want to throw out to Vince, we'd be happy to do that now if there are questions. So if you're on watching, if you want to throw something in the chat box, please feel free to do that now.
And Hagen, in the meantime, I just want to say, again, a big shout out to the local and state associations. All the things we've accomplished at NAR, Realtor being deemed essential in virtually every locality of the country, that's all because of the local and state associations working together and getting that done. So I'm a big believer now in the three-way agreement,
Absolutely.
our local and state
Absolutely.
association with national working together. If anything, this year proved that out. So thank you for all your efforts.
Appreciate that. No questions? All right. Well, Vince, we thank you for your time. Vince is in California, so he's early with us today. We want to thank you for your service this year and being able to pivot so well and lead us well during this time, and look forward to seeing you virtually in November.
Me too. Thank you all. Be well.
Take care. All right. Well, it's time for us to honor some very special people. We have some of our, well, not some of them, our most major awards that are going to be happening during this time. And first, I'd like for you to direct your attention to a video of our 2020 president of the Tennessee Real Estate Education Foundation, Bobby Noreen, presenting the 2020 TREEF Educator of the Year Award.
It is my privilege as the 2020 president of the Tennessee Real Estate Education Foundation and as a past recipient in the area of professional development to present the highest honor that we can bestow, the award for TREEF Educator of the Year. This award is presented to a Tennessean who has made an outstanding contribution to the education of realtors and who has volunteered their time and talent to our industry. This year's recipient is a tireless champion of education who holds numerous professional designations and is a cornerstone in their local association. Not only that, but they are a blessing to everyone who gets to know them, work with them, and learn from them. It is my privilege to present our 2020 Educator of the Year Award to an amazing advocate for realtor education. Please join me in congratulating from Northeast Tennessee, Karen Randolph. Congratulations.
Karen, congratulations.
Thank you. What an honor. What an honor. Thank you so very much.
Well, no one deserves it more, and we're proud of you, and we know you're going to continue to do great things in this area. We appreciate your service.
Thank you.
All right, up next, we are going to have a roll video presentation of the 2020 President's Award. It's now my distinct honor to present the 2020 President's Award. This award is bestowed by the current president in recognition of the recipient's service in assisting the president and in contributing to our association as a whole. This person received many calls from me, not only in 2020, but even beforehand. Their wisdom and insight have been invaluable in my own leadership journey. This person also called to encourage me and to fact-check me as this year has unfolded. Always concerned for the well-being of the institution of Tennessee Realtors and the members that we serve. This person has had a big year, leading one of the most critical arms of the association during a very trying period and through a critical election year. They were one of 2 federal political coordinators honored by NAR for meritorious service to the association. This is the highest honor to be bestowed upon an FPC. The recipient of this award cares deeply for Tennessee Realtors, our mission, who we empower, and ultimately who we are protecting. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating and honoring our 2020 President's Award recipient, my friend from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Mike Gaughan. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, Hagan. I just can't believe it. It's just awesome. You've been an awesome president during this 2020 pandemic, and can't tell you enough how great a job you've done, and so honored to be your friend, especially.
Yeah,
thank you.
I appreciate you and all that you've done this year. Keep up the good work. Good realtor mentor right here. All right, finally, our next video presentation is our highest honor bestowed upon any Tennessee Realtor in a given year. I'm going to introduce a video made by our 2020 chair of our Realtor of the Year Committee, Ms. Faye Robinson, as she inducts the new 2020 Realtor of the Year for the state of Tennessee.
It is my privilege to present our 2020 Realtor of the Year Award. First, please join me in recognizing a very special group. Our past Realtor of the Year honorees are on the screen right now. We thank them for all of their outstanding service to Tennessee Realtors. Now it is my honor to recognize the nominees for our 2020 award. In alphabetical order, there are Brian Copeland, Leon Dixon Sr., Kyle Schultz, Sally Sparks, and Aaron Taylor. Being named Realtor of the Year is one of the highest honors to which any realtor can aspire. By your nomination, your peers have paid you a high compliment, one to treasure always. We salute each of you and we thank you for your tremendous contributions to our association. Each year, our award recipient joins a distinguished kinship of Tennessee Realtors of the Year. Without question, our newest honoree is a worthy addition to that esteemed group. They are a longtime realtor and broker, a pillar of the community, and a dedicated volunteer leader on the local, state, and national levels. They have served on and chaired multiple realtor committees, have invested generously in RPAC as a Hall of Fame member, and have contributed time, talent, and treasure to the community by serving on multiple nonprofits and commissions. The recipient is an humble, loyal leader, a friend to all who know and love them, and a true inspiration to their fellow realtors across Tennessee and beyond. It is now my great privilege to present and to invite you to join me in celebrating a wonderful addition to the fraternity of honorees. Representing the Memphis Area Association of Realtors, our 2020 Tennessee Realtor of the Year is Leon Dixon, Sr. Congratulations, Leon.
You might be speechless, but you're muted. You've never been speechless.
Yeah, I heard.
There you go.
I should have known something was up this morning when my wife got up early. She doesn't normally get up that early. And I know she's going to kill me. And then my son showed up, and I'm thinking, okay, they told me that I was going to be on the Zoom for Vince to recognize NAR chair people. And I'm looking at this list on the side thinking, I don't see anybody else. I even texted Angela and said, where is everybody? But this is an honor, not something I expected, mainly because I knew that there were other people that had submitted applications, other nominees that were well qualified for this position. So it's truly an honor to be recognized as Realtor of the Year. I want to thank the Realtor of the Year Committee for thinking that I was worthy enough to receive this award. And I will accept this award on behalf of all the other nominees for 2020 Realtor of the Year. Thank you.
Thanks, Leon. Super proud of you. I want to say congratulations to all three of these outstanding award winners, each in their own right. And I want to say I noticed this. We have one from each division of the state, which is very interesting. This just shows us how strong the state is, from corner to corner, from north, south, east to west. So congratulations to each of you. This concludes our opening session. Up next, we have a short break kicking off by a spotlight of some of our generous 2020 sponsors. After that, the 11:15 a.m. will be our first CE session, which will begin, focusing on technology to help you thrive during the pandemic. If you have registered and paid for the session, you received a link to click on and to tune in. Be sure you have your camera on with your full name and NERD's number as your Zoom name by the 11:15 a.m. start time. Thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing you later as the convention continues to unfold. Enjoy your time.
Special thanks to our generous 2020 sponsors. Diamond Level, RealTrax, Tennessee Real Estate Education Foundation. Platinum Level, Memphis Area Association of Realtors. Gold Level, Greater Chattanooga Realtors, Middle Tennessee Association of Realtors. Transaction Desk, Tennessee Housing Development Agency. Silver Level, Greater Nashville Realtors. To learn more, please visit us online at tnrealtors.com/sponsors.
We get it. Your time is valuable. That's why RealTrax works around the clock to ensure that you have uninterrupted access to a sleek and robust MLS system containing the most accurate and up-to-date market data available. We are committed to providing you with the support, training, and tools necessary to make the most of every opportunity. So go ahead, grab a drink, stretch your legs, even take care of a different kind of business. But know that your real estate business is backed by a team of training and support experts who bring the power of reliable real estate directly to you. That's the RealTracs difference. Visit Realtracs.com to learn more. RealTracs. Search, list, buy confidently.
We put real estate's top tech in your hands, giving you and 1.4 million agents in North America a complete set of tools for every aspect of your transactions, so you can spend more time with your clients. Each of these tools works together to form real estate's leading end-to-end transaction solution. The Lone Wolf Agent Cloud.